Hello guys, Lux Angus here. So today's topic is about a discussion about drugs and addiction. So first of all, my take on it. In my earlier years, around 60 to 80, I was pretty much addicted to bad habits and addicted to some type of drugs. They were not heavy. Of course, I tried here and there some types of smokes, if you know what I mean. Some types of smokes, gas. Like gas is like the slang of the plant which I want to expose right here. But well, I only tried it, okay? And alcohol, I was never a pretty fan of alcohol. I didn't like alcohol. I disliked it pretty much early on because of my childhood trauma with my parents and with the surrounding people who got involved pretty much in alcohol, you know? This weighs heavy on your mind when you are sober, when you are a clean mind, and you always knew this person to be this normal. Like you always knew them, and out of a sudden they drink alcohol one day and they totally change. They totally change, are deranged, are crazy, are angry, are like pretty moody. And this as a kid or as a young adult and of such, this pretty much traumatizes you on some level. And it had a bad impression on my mind, lasting me forever. Like if you ask me anything, like if I want to drink something, I say no thanks. I hate it, okay? I hate it. From disliking to hate. Like no. If you want to throw off from a party, like run after me with a bottle of alcohol. No, I hate alcohol. Of course, alcohol on its own has also usage in spirituality and some type of rituals, because alcohol, you must know this, like it's a secret of alcohol is alcohol is also called spiritus, and alcohol on its own is pretty like a open sponge. The alcohol is like used in rituals because you through ritual, through mantra, like repeating a god word, a god name, and doing some type of actions that produces a specific type of energy. The alcohol absorbs it into it. It is like a memory. It's just like water. Water also absorbs information, but alcohol is more intense. It's more intense. That's why it's pretty bad for you if you are in an environment that does drugs, bad people, bad habits, bad atmosphere, negative energies, and there is alcohol in play. This alcohol absorbs all of this shit and you drink it and you're pretty much killing yourself on this point. That's why I hate using alcohol in a usual manner of like just drinking it and shit like that. No, exception is in my own spiritual walking. I will seldom, like really rarely, use alcohol if I find it appropriate for my own spiritual growth and experimentation. But I will never drink alcohol. I hate it. In a normal sense, if you know what I mean by that. And yeah, alcohol, I never was a fan of it. I hate it. Smoking cigarettes, but I was of that pretty much a fan. I smoked like a how can I tell like a chain, like not chain smoker. Was I chain smoker? Like this locomotives, this old locomotives, like this that were driven by coal and wood. Such a smoker I was, like for around 2 years, a heavy smoker. I gave it to myself, like, but I wanted. I don't know why, but I really wanted to smoke nicotine and cigarettes. I liked it, and I want to do this. But of course, my own ambition of living a healthier life reaching my higher initiation, my spiritual practice and path that I have chosen pretty early on in my life, that this were not like it is a tongue twister, compatible. It was not compatible, okay? It was not compatible. I want to have a healthy body, so I started running, and I only like did around approximately one soccer field in my like it was pretty hard for me to run long distance. My lungs were damaged pretty heavy, and I even when I like really ran more intensely, I bleeded, like my throat bleeded. And then I knew I must stop this shit. Then I knew I must really give it up. My life is too precious. And I was there around 15 to 16, 17. I don't exactly know anymore. It is in the past. I did let go of this shit. And well, then I stopped smoking, and I never looked back. And what helped me in my smoking addiction was meditation. And I think about it like maybe I show for chain smokers out there and who have a smoking problem and who want to stop this. I will do content for it. Why not? I will help you out, guys, with this problem if you really want to reach higher states in your life. And yeah, I never got into alcohol. I smoked pretty heavy. I tried here and there more some type of lighter drugs. And like, of course, if you are like a young adult, it is pretty healthy to discover your sexuality, like masturbation, love with women's, like with girls you like. Everything of this is pretty normal, and you should discover it. But there is a healthy boundary you should set in for this. Like you must just your seed, okay, as a manly essence. Your seed is precious. You don't have unlimited manly essence in yourself. It is limited, and as soon it leaves your body, it is forever gone. Of course, your body reproduces it when you are young enough. When you are younger, it reproduces it pretty easily. But if you're wasting it every single day, which I had, unfortunately, it has a depleting effect on energetically and physically. You must know that our bodies, when you take in food like semen, your manly essence is the last thing where it produces its vitamins, it nutrients for producing this. Like, it's the last thing that your body takes out from food that you eat for reproducing your manly essence. And you just imagine it really takes time to reproduce the original fuel that you have right now to these specific acts has lost, either by yourself or with the specific other. And this vital fluid is literally a physical manifestation of your life force. Just imagine one drop of it can create a separate consciousness, a baby. Just a drop of it. Just imagine how powerful this actually is. You can create with it life, with another human being. And just imagine, instead of wasting it through bad habits, through addiction away, storing in it in yourself, letting yourself naturally absorb the body, all these extra energies you get through Taoistic practices, through Qigong, through a mindful breathing. Like, this is the typical addictions you have in younger years, like some type of drugs, porn addiction, masturbation addiction. Everything of this I mentioned are in some levels healthy. Like you must find like this the way that you are using it, but it doesn't use you, if you know what I mean. You're not addicted to it, you are not dependent on it. And this is like the point I will get into it. Like, the more you are addicted to any outer circumstances and substances, the more you are a slave to the world. And the more you are free from addiction and bad habits, the more you are free in your mind, in your soul, and as a human being. You are independent. You are conscious. You are healed. You are a whole being. And this is important in life. You don't need alcohol. You don't need any pointless games. You don't need nicotine. You don't need any of this extra stuff. It depletes your energy. It degenerates you as a being. And it is anything than healthy. And yeah, like this was the word for it that I want to bring in this discussion. Like, the more you are independent, the more you are free from any type of addiction, the more you are free as a human being, the more willpower you have, the more you are strong as a man and as a woman, the more you can achieve in life, be it materially, mentally, spiritually. And for me, obviously, it is spiritually. And yeah, guys, I'm Max Anguis, and we shall see us again. Naga bless, guys. Naga bless.